5 typical mistakes that poker newcomers make. Without doubt, poker is a game with a complex theoretical basis. Even if you master all strategies, tricks and techniques on paper, it still doesn't guarantee success. You need to implement your knowledge into actual playing, which is not easy. Knowing the path is not the same as walking it. That is why Poker Academy prepared a list of 5 most common and critical mistakes that poker newcomers make. If you notice these in your playing and eliminate them, your game strategy will improve and grow stronger. Other players will have harder times playing against you, and your long-term financial profit will be the proof of that. Mistake number 1. Lack of bluffing or improper bluffing. Many newbies, armed with the basic knowledge they acquired from educational articles and videos, start playing tight aggressively. But the majority of people forget that the core principle of the tight aggressive style is to continue this aggression on a post-flop. They raise only if they get a strong combination. If you played aggressively on a pre-flop, you can win the pot with a bluff raise on a post-flop, especially if there are high cards on the table, ace, king or queen. Another type of players are the ones who play aggressively too often, even on flops that poorly fit their pre-flop range. An example of a bad table for bluffing are coordinated flops comprised of middle cards 8, 9, 10. An excellent example of such hand is Jacobsen vs Coleman. The Swede made 3 bluffing calls with an empty hand on a flop, turn and river. Coleman, who gathered a set, called eagerly and eventually took the pot. Mistake number 2. Calling too often. This problem is endemic not only among newbies. Even experienced professionals can succumb to it. Calling any raises with a mediocre hand or combination, you will have to take tough decisions during later streets. If you feel like being deceived constantly, just open Hold'em Manager and check it by setting the filter to showdown hands. This way you can make sure that your attempts to call the bluff make you lose a lot of money. Let's have a look at the hand of Farrell vs Lamprecht. Lamprecht got a set on a flop, but for some reason Farrell calls a flop re-raise and then calls the all-in on turn and makes a fool of himself. Remember that opponents raise more often with a strong combination than when bluffing. Mistake number 3. Lack of financial and game discipline. Beating your opponents is one thing, but the lack of a clear plan to increase limits, lack of bankroll management and schedule of gaming sessions is a road to disaster. The most common problems are playing outside the bankroll on higher limits. It occurs due to overconfidence or the desire to win the lost money back. Quitting the session after winning a few buy-ins. The players want to grab the loot and end the day with a surplus without playing the required period. Hopping from one game type to another for a change, from tournaments to cash and vice versa. Remember, you can't kill 2 birds with one stone. Choose the game mode that best fits you and advance in it. Mistake number 4. Wrong size of bets. In poker, you must know when you should raise and when you should check. If you decide to raise, then you have another tough decision to make: how much to raise. A small raise will most likely be called by any opponent, regardless of their hands, and give them excellent pot odds. A big raise will protect you against a draw opponent and have a high value. We recommend raising 50%, 2/3, 3/4 or pot bets. During EPR, Greg Dyer announced a wrong bet on a flop and had to play by the rules and bet one big blind. His opponent could look at the turn for cheap, although Lilov didn't enter on a flop and would have folded if Dyer had raised big. The Dane kept on playing and turned the tide in his favor. Mistake number 5. Ignoring your opponent's reputation. Poker is a unique game where changing your strategy can influence your results drastically. Playing in the same manner without adjusting to your opponent will make you lose the major part of the potential profit. Why bet in half a pot with a strong hand against a fish who will call anyway when you can make a pot bet or even 1.5 pot bets? Another example is bluffing against a regular with a standard half-pot bet. It can be easily called with only a top pair. By increasing the size of your bluff bet, you can significantly increase the number of combinations that your opponent will fold. Let's watch a legendary hand from high-stakes poker. For some reason, the opponents ignored the reputation of Tom Dwan, the king of bluff. Playing aggressively, Tom first knocked out Peter Eastgate's trips and then Barry Greenstein's pair of aces. Actually, poker players make a lot of mistakes. These typical mistakes are endemic for many newcomers. Certainly, skilled coaches know how to eliminate them. At the Academy Win Strategy 2.0 training course devised by Poker Academy, we pay particular attention to errors in our trainees' actions. You can sign up for it if you click the link in the description. The training consists of 8 group lessons and 3 individual sessions where coaches analyze the mistakes of an individual player. The training fee is $200, but the first 50 people to sign up under the video can complete it for free. Don't miss this chance and hurry! This video, called 5 Typical Mistakes That Poker Newcomers Make, was presented by Poker Academy. Subscribe for our channel, click the like and the bell, sign up for training and win with us.